Today is Europe Day. 70 years ago, the Second World War ended after the nations of Europe had finally been liberated from fascist rule. 65 years ago, the French minister at the time, Monsieur Schuman, presented his famous declaration in which he outlined the project of European unification, starting with the Community for Steel and Coal. Just think how courageous that was. Maybe we should even speak of audacity to present to a generation that had lived through one of the greatest catastrophes in history such a new promising project that was going to be the guideline for building a new Europe ever since. With Europe Day, we remember both the catastrophe that motivated our forebears to try changing track, overcoming the centuries-old history of antagonism, chauvinism, and wars, and their efforts, their example, their leadership, their guidance. Presently, the European project is under a lot of pressures from different sides. It's under a lot of strain, it's being criticized. Some people are losing faith, are questioning whether the project is still able to go forward. The crises abound. We have the internal crisis. We're talking about how to avoid a possible Brexit. We are discussing about British conversations around what they call Brexit. We have the Ukrainian issue, where a country is suffering from aggression because the people of that country decided they would want to be part of the European project too. I think we would be extremely irresponsible if we let ourselves be distracted by those challenges from the one goal that is still worthy and valuable as it was in the beginning. We should continue following the ideal of European togetherness, European brotherhood and sisterhood, and European commonality in solving the problems of today. If we don't, then the danger is some people will try to lead the nations of Europe back to the old altars of the demons of nationalism and chauvinism. Let's push back against those. Let's get together our courage, and let's try to also convince the younger generation that we need them, that we need their effort to promote that project. I'm certainly not saying that we can just leave Europe as it is. Last year, we ran in the European election as a united green family under the slogan, Change Europe. We must indeed change Europe, make a better Europe, fight back against those who want to use Europe as a theater of their selfishness, of their divisive policies, of their special interest policies, of their antagonism, of their unwillingness to share with those that need our solidarity. One Europe, whole, free, fair, and at peace. That's a great vision that our forefathers had. and it still is one of the most ambitious projects of modern history. And by pursuing that project and investing our own efforts, we will also help encouraging people in other regions of the world waging similar efforts. Because after all, the one thing that we know today is this: Europe cannot be free and fair and at peace and united if we let our neighboring regions and other parts of the world go down in misery or in conflict or in disaster. We have a global responsibility also as Europeans. But making our own reality a shining example, living up to our own ideals and to our values, that's the best contribution we can make. And I hope that Europe Day every year will continue reminding us of that.